the very talented and versatile actress who stars in the new movie.
Becoming one of the most sought-after leading ladies, please welcome to the show, Margot Robbie.
You know, every time that I did something, I was like, now it's the top.
Well, you are a proper nerd, aren't you?
It will never get better than this. And then somehow it's just kept getting better and better.
You are a woman in demand.
It's very busy right now. All I want to do is work all the time. Like, it's honestly, I never complain about it. I love it. I just want to be on set all the time. I have to go to set that day.
So we go on again?
You know, I worked on the soap for 3 years. I know I can cry on cue. I just think it's something sad.
You were just 17 when you started out on Neighbours.
I attribute so much of who I am now and what I can do now to being on Neighbours. In fairness to me, I was in over 300 episodes. It completely changed my life. Not just because it was the first time I was like, you know, had a regular bit of acting work that I was getting paid to do on a regular basis. And I didn't go to film school or drama school. I wish that I had, but I learned on the job. It's so exciting. There is nowhere more magical, nowhere more fun than a movie set. I like taking risks. Can I say I'm a thrill seeker.
Hi, Ken.
I know I'm hardworking and blah, 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 but I'm also the luckiest person in the world.
You were one of those actors, you didn't wait for the phone to ring.
Yeah.
You were out there, you wanted a gig, you went for it. Is that right?
Banging down doors, yes.
Do you feel sexy?
So she started sending out audition tapes to a casting agent for a new Martin Scorsese film, The Wolf of Wall Street.
The audition process for Wolf of Wall Street, they didn't need a known actor for that role.
But that's incredible. So were you like 22?
I just turned 22. I just wanted Ellen Lewis, the casting agent, to like the tape and remember me for future things. You know, I got a call a while later saying, Scorsese's watched your tape.
Well, there are people to call, we'll work out things, work it out together.
And I was like, Martin Scorsese watched my audition and wants you to come in person to read with him and Leonardo DiCaprio.
It must have been a bit. I mean, you probably grew up watching sort of middle-era Scorsese films, and it must have been a bit intimidating to go into a big audition in front of him and do these things.
In order to do that, you have to have somebody who's prepared to do anything.
During the reading for Wolf of Wall Street, you basically assaulted one of the premier actors of our time.
Wake up, you piece of shit!
I thought I was going to get arrested. That was the dumbest thing you've ever done. You're going to jail.
Baby, you know, you got real anger issues!
We're improvising and I got a bit caught up in the moment and it wasn't scripted, but you know what, that line.
Who? What are you, a fucking owl?
What are you, a fucking owl? That wasn't in the script either. You know, I was screaming at him and I hit him in the face. And then, of course, as soon as I'd done that, I was swiftly taken out of the scene and thought, oh my gosh, what have you just done? But him and Marty were like, that was great, you should do that again.
That's what we were trying. Once we saw that happens, let's keep going that way.
This is when Jordan meets a sexy woman named Naomi.
That scene.
Yes.
You should see what happens right after.
Yeah, that's what
This idea of something spiraling out of control and the decadence getting even more crazy and insane.
You had to be quite bold as well. Your entry into the film, you're not wearing very much.
Because every day was like, pony scene, sink the yacht, gay orgy. Well, if you're going to trust any director with those sort of scenes, it's going to be Marty, so.
Her performance opened a lot of eyes and a lot of doors.
The reception was huge, absolutely huge. Yeah. Were you prepared for that?
I know this sounds silly now. No one's going to notice me in this film. It kind of doesn't matter what I do in this film because everyone's going to be focused on Leo and I'll just kind of like slip under the radar.
This is a Hollywood fairy tale, the one where a struggling actress is plucked from obscurity and overnight becomes a huge star.
We mentioned Wolf of Wall Street earlier. Is the story true about your parents, Margot?
Yes, yeah.
So when did you tell them the lie?
Well, it was shortly before the premiere. First I started off with I didn't mention the nudity, and then they heard there was nudity.
And were they okay with it?
yeah, that took it really well. It was cool with like most family members, but my older brother Lachlan, afterwards we kind of like had like the world's most awkward conversation. It was like, he tried to say congratulations and I was like, and we like tried to hug it out, but it was just so weird.
It must be wonderful to kind of receive love when you kind of like are walking in the street and someone recognizes you, but at a certain point you also need to live your life.
How are you dealing with fame and being famous? Like I had a very clear bookend from my childhood to my adulthood, from my like life outside of the film business, and I'm grateful that I have people around me, both like my team in the business and my family and friends outside the business.
How much of that strength did you get from Mum?
From my mum? She's amazing. She's a very emotionally strong woman.
Did you make it easy or hard for her?
We made it as hard as possible.
Raising 4 kids in Queensland, it's not easy.
No, there was 4 of us, and we were all just like fighting all the time. Like we couldn't have been worse behaved children. I truly don't know how she did it. I was not a great daughter. I am forever in my mum's debt because I was such a brat. I feel really bad about it. Because my mum is so pure. Like she's so, I don't know.
But you are Australian. Where did you grow up?
On the Gold Coast. I had snakes like literally in my house growing up. Not on purpose, like by, they would get into the house or whatever.
Did you have like a normal upbringing? I worked in a restaurant. Did you ever work in a restaurant growing up?
I did. I worked in a restaurant from, I think, about 10 to 15.
10?
Yeah, I was working really young.
I was working at Subway.
Well, I started like back in the kitchens. I was like polishing cutlery, and then I upgraded to peeling potatoes.
I was also a house cleaner.
And I was a waitress, and then by about 14, I was behind the bar, and that was like the fun part.
So, a couple jobs.
So how'd the whole acting thing begin? Who do we have to thank?
So my best friend, Christian Radford, he told me about this like little indie film that was filming on the Gold Coast and he was going to be in it.
You worked that somewhere else?
So if it wasn't for him, none of this would have happened.
I was reading about you, and it seems like the business part of your brain was developed quite young. Like you were a little girl and you were quite business savvy.
I was quite savvy as a kid. I would like steal my brother's toys and sell them on the side of the road for like an extortionate price. I would make up magic tricks and then make my family pay to come see my magic show and then pay extra if they wanted to know how I did the trick.
And so then when I met my 2 best friends, Tom and Josie, they were ADs on a set and we spoke about making our own things. And the following year we started the company and started making our own things.
In 2014, she started her own production company.
So in our production company, it's not just Tom and myself, it's 2 of our best friends. We all get along very well. A lot of people warned us against it and said, doing business with your friends is kind of a tricky thing.
Which was completely mortifying and ridiculous.
And it's probably going to end in disaster.
The very first movie I produced was called Terminal.
Oi, bottle blonde.
What's the magic word?
You also run production company Lucky Chapman, and I, Tonya, was your first big success.
That was a really quick turnaround. From the minute we started, got the script, we were shooting within a year. And that's insanely fast. Some movies are in development for 10 years.
And that was your production company as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the second film we produced.
Drawing comparisons to Katharine Hepburn, who used her own business sense to help bring the Philadelphia story to the screen.
What do you think of that comparison?
There could be no higher praise for me because I adore Katharine Hepburn.
It obviously speaks to the fact that you have this great and deep love for film.
I watch movies from the past. Like I said, Philadelphia Story, one of my favourite films. I rarely watch a current day movie. I'm always watching something from the 30s and 70s, whenever. The Fifth Element was one of my favourite movies growing up. I also loved Mulan, Dr. Strangelove. It's a Kubrick film. It was made in 1964 and you could watch it today and it's so terrifyingly relevant, especially right now.
The Marilyn Monroe, the Grace Kelly of the modern era.
Just for the occasion.
A Disney princess sprung to life.
Who's a director you love to work with?
Wes Anderson. End of Watch, by the way, was one of my favourite films.
I know what I'm doing.
You're going to kill me and a lot of people out there are going to kill me.
I've never seen Star Wars.
Oh, never? Wow.
Never. I've never seen any of them. It really upsets people. People get really angry that I haven't watched any of them.
Indiana Jones is one of the most iconic characters ever. My favourite movie that you're in is actually 6 Days, 7 Nights.
Well, you are a proper nerd, aren't you?
Favorite book?
Harry Potter. I mean, when it comes to Harry Potter, I'm a massive, massive nerd. My husband is in the Harry Potter movies.
Is this your 12th or you're about 12 or 13 here? This is Margot Robbie. Look how uncool.
I'm wearing glasses even though I don't need glasses. I lied to the optometrist. So I just always loved movies. But I love action films. I love blockbuster films. I love R-rated films.
They're bad guys. Worst of the worst.
This is the famous Suicide Squad.
You set the tone and you like being Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I love being Harley. It's so fun.
You tattooed your cast members, is this right?
Yes.
The hell's wrong with you people?
Does it feel like a ridiculous way to make a living?
Oh, so many times I feel like it's a ridiculous way to make a living. We're bad guys. It's what we do.
You've been working on this for a long time.
Yeah, no, I first started pitching the idea when we were still shooting Suicide Squad.
And now we have one of the best titles of the year, if not easily this century. Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
It got to be R-rated, whereas the first Suicide Squad wasn't R-rated because she's never going to censor herself. Sorry. The voice. Straight from Birds of Prey to shooting the next Suicide Squad film. So I'm still playing Harley right now. I've been Harley all year.
She is absolutely certain who she wants to be and what she wants to do.
And Margot, how did you get cast in the film?
At some point these years, you wrote a letter to Quentin Tarantino.
You wrote Quentin a letter, is that right?
One of my absolute heroes, Quentin Tarantino. I adore Tarantino films.
You want some coffee?
And why did you write to him?
Well, I always knew that being on a Quentin Tarantino set was a bucket list thing. I'm a very analog person. I write everything down. I do everything handwritten. But I also know that he writes, he's a very analog person.
I like the idea of Margot playing Sharon, watching the real Sharon, and we're watching Margot watching the real Sharon. I like the three layers going on.
I wanted her to be like light, just like light and shine, like exuding goodness, happiness.
Well, the murders happened, but then it wasn't a year later until they captured the Manson family.
How did you prep to play Sharon Tate?
Lots of reading, watching all her films, spent time with people that knew her, talking to people. I spent time with her sister. I read Roman's autobiography. And I always work with an acting coach, dialect coach, movement coach. Do you remember the dialogue?
No.
There was a great controversy at the time because you had few lines.
Yeah.
And people were kind of complaining that there wasn't enough Sharon.
Why that was that we don't hear her actually speaking very much.
Well, I just reject your hypotheses.
The moments that I got on screen gave an opportunity to honor Sharon and the lightness, to really show those wonderful sides of her, I think could be adequately done without speaking.
He's only done 9 movies, and to be part of that legacy, what a privilege it must be to be part of this one.
What was it like working with Quentin Tarantino?
It was the best ever. There are no cell phones on set, and every 100 rolls of film, everyone stops and has a drink and celebrates.
Because we love making movies.
What is the most memorable bit of Quentin Tarantino direction that you've got?
Quentin said to me, he's like, you should go to the movies and you should see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood when it comes out. Just go on your own, go on like a Tuesday afternoon or something. And I was like, we're literally doing the scene from the movie.
There's a lot of photos of you out there, but there's one in particular that's my absolute favourite, and it's you and your mum with champagne in your hand standing in front of a house in Queensland.
When you got your first paycheck, you had kept a written record of all the money that you'd borrowed from your mom?
Yeah, everything I owed my mum, I had it written down. She'd take money out of like the house mortgage, lend me money, so I always knew, I gotta pay that back.
Tell me what's happening in that photo.
I told my mum that I'd paid her mortgage. One day when I made enough money, I just paid that whole mortgage off. It's like when any kid dreams of being able to do for your parent.
You're only in Hollywood maybe for a short time, but that what you create lasts forever.
It's the idea that sticks.
It's a lonely place, Hollywood. And I was like the new kid. I didn't have like so many friends at the moment. And I think Margot saw that and she said like, hey, you don't have to be alone playing cards by yourself, playing Pokemon by yourself. Maybe you can come and live with us.
What's funny is we've been doing these interviews and Diego said the other day, he's like, so who's this
Bobby person everyone's who is Bobby? Why does everyone keep asking you about Bobby? And I was like, Barbie.
So you're a producer on the movie as well. How did you know a Barbie movie would connect with audiences in the manner that it did?
Barbie is a global cultural icon.
It's such a globally recognized name.
Everyone wants Barbie's autograph.
Can I have your autograph, ma'am?
I absolutely have respect for anyone that can make a toy sustain popularity for 60-something years. That's incredible. We want to honour the brand, but we have to be upfront and let you know that we're not going to shy away from the problematic parts of this.
Margot Robbie came to me and said she, along with Warner Brothers, had the rights to Barbie and would I like to write it?
You know, getting someone like Greta and Noah to write the script.
I mean, it started with a Kubrick reference, like completely redoing 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I was like, at the beginning she is dull, she doesn't introspect.
I don't have anything big planned, just a giant blowout party with all the Barbies and planned choreography and a bespoke song. You should stop by.
So cool.
By the end, she is human. She's become human before she's even realized to ask for that.
I don't even have context for this. My heels are on the ground.
That's okay. Let me see.
I was both scared of and excited by the idea that people were going to come into this movie already feeling very strongly about the protagonist. Everything's like hand-painted, all the backdrops hand-painted. We built that whole cul-de-sac, made all of Barbie Land in miniature, filmed the miniatures.
I understand they've used up every meter of pink carpet in all of the UK.
Yeah, it's like 90% of me was certain that this would be a big deal and a massive hit. And then like 10% of me thought, no, this could go so badly wrong.
Never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line. It's
I would imagine they shout at you. They might go, hey Barbie or whatever. Is that what happens?
A lot of hi Barbies.
Yeah.
Hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Barbie, hi Barbie,
Hi Barbie! Hi Barbie!
hi Ken.
I just canned as hard as I could.
Ken isn't something we're worried about.
The whole environment that Margot created as a producer and Greta as well, just we brought the best out of everyone, and it's a party and everyone's invited.
She'll say to people, whether it's Warner Brothers or Mattel, and does anybody else have any problems or fears or things that they want to say to us, tell us now. Like you almost like you run towards what is going to be the sticky point for people, and you try to extract it from them.
Wow, this is the real world.
I wasn't really a pink girl before, but you know, leaning into it. Now people on the street say, hi Barbie a lot.
Barbie!
I'd rather people be shouting that at me than other things.
I saw one today where Cillian Murphy's Oppenheimer is walking across Abbey Road with you as Barbie.
No.
And there's a Barbie car and like an Oppenheimer old-timey car.
That's amazing that we both got these big theatrical opportunities for original ideas. The fact that people were going and being like, oh, what's Oppenheimer first, then Barbie? I was like, see, you don't, people like everything. People are weird.
And they don't like being told what to do.
Yeah.
Audiences don't like being told you should see this or you should see that. They will decide and they will generate the interest themselves.
Aren't you guys gonna thank me and give me a big hug for being your favorite toy?
And I was also so proud of the fact that it wasn't original. It wasn't a sequel or a prequel or a remake, which is getting rarer and rarer these days. Something I'm learning for a film. I mean, the greatest thing about a film is you get to pick up all these cool new skills and you get amazing coaches to show you how to do it. Like when I did Focus, I had like a real life pickpocket showing me how to pickpocket.
And this will no doubt be a very emotional game.
I always wanted to play ice hockey when I was a kid.
Are you still giving everyone tattoos on stage?
No, I hung up the tattoo gun.
My character Nellie, she's a huge force of energy. She's an undeniable raw talent, but she doesn't have morals. That is something she doesn't have. She does tons of drugs and has sex and parties and... Because I have little to no self-control when it comes to my eating.
In just a few short years, she's gone from a regular spot on Neighbours to plum roles alongside some of Hollywood's leading stars.
You know, you're a big movie star.
But I did always love film and watched movies just on repeat.
No one in my family had ever done anything to do with the industry. And now my older brother's a certified stuntman, and my younger brother wants to be an actor, so he's trying to get into the industry.
Producing or acting, which you prefer?
I love producing, but acting will always be my big love.
I didn't have a cherished ambition of producing per se, but I wanted to be more involved in filmmaking, make my own things was, I guess, how I thought of it in my head. Is I want to make things.
What about directing? Does that feature in your grand plan?
It does. I would love to direct one day. Not yet, not for a couple of years.
You had taken a break after Barbie, a well-deserved break.
I mean, the musical number happens, and honestly...
I'm so sorry about it.
Love Christmas, love babies.
Love Christmas, love babies.
Love being a dad.
We did a couple of ones that were very complicated or long.
Is he mic'd up?
Can you hear my baby?